Okay, good morning. My name is Tom Powell. I am the project manager for ODOT's District 4 for the Summit 7677 Route 8 Akron Beltway Design Build meeting. Today we are holding the Matchmaker meeting for the project. And what I want to do is to go through some slides to present the project to the audience so that they can understand the scope and what the project is all about. And at the end, we will open up to questions, of course. I will be presenting most of this, and there'll be a couple other people joining me as well as we go along. So I think I can get started. Okay, this is a presentation that we presented about a month ago to potential DBE firms that were interested in the project. Primarily, it's the same presentation with a few extra added slides near the end that talk about the process a little bit more that we've worked out in the last month or so. So if you weren't on a month ago, this will all be new to you. If you are on, this will be a recap, a refresher. Some of you may be familiar with ODOT, and just wanted to give you our mission and our vision. And our mission is to provide the easy movement of people and goods from place to place. And we will take care of what we have, make our system work better, improve safety, and enhance capacity. And our long-term vision is a long-term, reliable, professional, and highly productive organization. And if I can get somebody from ODOT to admit people to the room as they pop in, I would appreciate it. Okay. If you're not familiar with District 4, District 4 is comprised of Stark, Summit, Portage, Mahoning, Trumbull, and Ashtabula counties, with our headquarters located at Akron. Okay. This is some interesting District 4 trivia that you might be able to use in the future. District 4 maintains over 1,400 bridges, over 7,000 light fixtures, 32,000 ground-mounted signs, 282 traffic signals, and 412 miles of guardrail. And if you compare us to the other districts in Ohio, we are first in the number of bridges carrying interstates, third in the number of bridges that we inspect, and we maintain over 20% of all signals statewide, and we're first in the number of lane miles maintained. Okay, now we'll get into the project a little bit. This map shows the project location. This is around Akron. And around Akron, you do have what we call our Beltway or our box or our interstate system that kind of makes a square rectangular shape around Akron. We are going to be working on the east side of the box. Locals might call that the south leg. That's between Waterloo and the Central Interchange, which is the blue area up here, which the locals call the Central Interchange. This is the interchange of 76, 77, and Route 8. The north side of our box, our Beltway, is known as the west leg to a lot of the locals in that section. And then it will extend kind of out from the northwest corner a little bit up towards Cleveland. Okay. If we go back and look, I'm first going to talk about the Central Interchange, which is this blue section right here. Central Interchange is basically full reconstruction with new flyover bridges going westbound to southbound. We have the left-hand ramps, and then eastbound to northbound, we're replacing those bridges plus other work within the Central Interchange. The primary work that we are doing in the Central Interchange is to, like I said, replace the left-hand exit ramps, both eastbound and westbound, with the flyover bridges. Reconfigure the lanes, both eastbound and westbound, to provide drop lanes. We're going to remove the Lafayette Bridge and replace it with a pedestrian bridge. And that's down here where you can see Lafayette. This is this area right here. We're going to widen mainline bridges over Brown and Inman Street. Brown Street is over here, and Inman Street is over here. Full pavement replacement. We'll be installing noise walls, retaining walls, replacing all the traffic signing and the signing and the traffic control. We're also providing aesthetic treatments to the bridges, retaining walls, noise barriers, and the pedestrian trail bridge. This is a representation of what it should look like when we're completed. Again, these are the left-hand ramps that I mentioned, ramp N and ramp Q. The pedestrian bridge is down here south of the interchange. Inman Street is to the east and Brown Street is to the west. Another representation of what it should look like when we're done. Kind of an aerial view with north pointing up towards the upper left corner. I mentioned aesthetics a little while ago. This is an artist's rendering of what our flyover bridge will look like when we're completed with this project. Another artist rendering of the pedestrian bridge or the Heritage Trail Bridge. And you can see the noise walls that are in front of it. Okay, on the north and east side of the Beltway and State Route 8. We're going to be doing full depth pavement replacement on the main line and ramps, which are shown in red in my previous sketch. I will go back to those in a minute. We're going to be resurfacing the ramps at the northwest interchange and at the 261 Vernon Odom interchange. We're going to be resurfacing State Route 8. We're going to have major work performed on 3 bridges, I-76 over Manchester, 76, 77 over Bowery, and then over Lakeshore as well. Again, we're replacing signing and traffic control. Maintenance work on various bridges will be performed, and capacity improvements along the 77-8 corridor are going to be done. Additional lane from Carroll Street to 277 on Route 8. Actually, from Route 8, Carroll Street all the way down to the end of our project, which is down near the interchange of 277 or Waterloo Road. We'll have an additional lane northbound from Waterloo or 277 to the split at the central interchange, and then we're reconfiguring the northbound off-ramp from State Route 8 to Carroll Street. This is the north side of our Beltway, which I just mentioned. You will see these green areas are resurfacing. The red is full pavement replacement. I mentioned 3 bridges. The first one we're going to do major work to is at Manchester or State Route 93. The next one is at Bowery and the Ohio Erie Canal, which is just west of Lakeshore. And then we're going to be doing major work to the Lakeshore Bridge. Okay. This is a blow up showing those 3 bridges I mentioned. This is Manchester, Bowery, Erie Canal, and Lakeshore. Okay, this is the east side of the Beltway. North is to the right. So here's the central interchange in the blue. And then the red is the other work we're performing, which again is primarily pavement replacement and in that area, full depth pavement replacement. Okay, this project is being procured as a design build project. You may not be familiar with the design build project. In a traditional project, the owner, which is ODOT, hires a designer and they have subconsultants to design the project. And then ODOT, or the owner, takes a set of plans the designer and the subconsultant generate and then sends them out to bid, and then the contractor and the subcontractors bid the project and build the project. So you always have the owner, or ODOT in our case, kind of between the designers and the contractors. This is a design build project where we're the owner as ODOT, and then you have a design build entity, which includes construction company, designers, trade, subconsultants, and there's a one-way path between the owner and owner and the design build entity, or the design build team is what ODOT calls it, the DBT. I took these slides from the DBIA website. So that kind of gives you an idea how this is a little bit different than our traditional projects. Why do we want to go design build? We can generate cost savings due to collaboration between the designer and the contractor directly. It's typically faster than a traditional design bid build process because we have shortened the amount of time that it takes to get it out on the street and start construction. And they move through design and construction much faster. There are a couple different types of design build projects. There's a least cost and a value-based design build process. In the low bid design build contracting, the design build contract is awarded to the lowest responsive and competent bidder. In value-based, the design build contract is awarded to the bidder with the best value score. Best value scores are determined based upon a combination of bid price and technical qualification assessment. We are going through kind of a hybrid value-based design build process. We will be getting a technical proposal and also price proposals on this project. This particular project, now we're back to our project instead of an overview of design build, is a hybrid design build project. And the reason it's hybrid is the third bullet point on this slide, but I'll get there in a second. This is a two-step responsive low bid process. So we put this project out for statements of qualifications, and then we shortlisted our project down to 3 bidders. And the 3 bidders are proceeding with their bids right now. The Central Interchange project, which was the blue on the maps previously, is our Northeast Interchange. We had a preliminary set of plans that will accompany our scope of services. Portions of those plans were stamped by PE and can be built as is and on a unit cost basis. But the design build team has the option to propose alternate technical concepts for the stamped portions of the plans. In those plans, the following portions were stamped. That would be the retaining walls, the noise walls, structures, lighting, and aesthetics. MOT was not included in those preliminary plans. So in our two-step price proposal, there are 2-step lowest price and technically acceptable proposals we're getting. Phase 1 was shortlisting, and I mentioned that a little bit ago. We have shortlisted down to 3 prime potential contractors. We are now in phase 2. We have issued our request for proposals, or RFP. The technical proposal evaluation and responsiveness confirmation will come in mid-February when they're submitted from our teams. And then the price proposal comes in March. This is our current procurement schedule. This did change since our last meeting. We have fine-tuned how we're doing the virtual matchmaker meetings since then. Normally we do these in person, and you would meet with the primes at the end of the meeting. So right now is Monday, December 14th. We're doing the DBE virtual matchmaker meetings, and we're having this meeting currently. So the rest of the week through Friday, there'll be virtual matchmaker meetings between the DBEs and the design build teams, the potential design build teams. That's probably the most important information on this slide for most of the people in the audience. Another interesting thing is the technical proposals will be due Thursday, March 18th, and price proposal, or February 18th, I'm sorry, and the price proposals are due on March 4th, and we anticipate to award this contract on March 15th. Okay, now we get into the shortlisted teams. We have the following 3 teams are shortlisted and proceeding with bidding, and that's Kokosing Construction Company, We have a joint venture between Rulin and Shelley and Sands, and we have a joint venture between Walsh and Kenmore. I'm going to throw it over to Chase now to talk about some special proposal notes that we have in this set of plans, or this project.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Tom. For this project, we have a couple unique proposal notes. The first one being proposal note 11, which is the design build workforce diversity performance plan, which is a new note for the department. And then we also have proposal note 14, which is the design build DBE performance plan. And so bidders, they'll be required to submit the DBE firms working on the project that are known at the time of bidding, and also be asked to provide an outreach plan for the remaining goal within the 10 days of contract award. And that is in relation to proposal note 14, the design build DBE performance plan. Tom, can you go to the next slide for me? But before that, let's hit on proposal note 11 here real fast. As I said earlier, it's a new note. It's the first rollout is for this project. We're piloting it, if you will, but the department has a vested interest in being able to know at any point in the contract where we stand with our workforce diversity. And so what the requirement is for the 3 shortlisted design build teams, what they will have to do is submit a design build workforce diversity performance plan, setting forth specific information and demonstrating how the bidders will track and monitor workforce diversity. This outreach plan shall describe the proposed strategies and plan to ensure workforce diversity through engagement and outreach to the nearby regional community workforce agencies. And so there's really 3 things that the design build team will need to do as part of this proposal note. The first one is very simple, is identify the design build team person responsible for monitoring, tracking, and reporting on workforce diversity to the ODOT Office of Outreach. Number 2 is the method and plan for advertising hiring opportunities within the community, including the use of sources for minority and female recruitment. And lastly is proposed methods and plan to track job applicants and employee hiring opportunities within the design build team, including all minority and female job applicants within the law. So, like I said, that's going to be a new note that we're going to pilot for this project. And then moving on to proposal note 14, Tom, if you can jump to that. There we go. So as we said in the last time we all got together, this isn't specifically a new note, but we have been implementing it on these 2-step design builds. And what it is, it's a replacement to proposal note 13, which I'm sure most of you are familiar with. And that proposal note 13 is designed for the traditional design bid build projects that Tom alluded to earlier, where the department puts out a set of plans at advertising, and you, as a DBE, you know the quantities and you know the locations. And so the prime contractors out there trying to figure out what portions of work are going to be given to the DBE companies. And that's through a utilization plan that they submit at bid time. And then, of course, they're asked to affirm that if they're the apparent low bidder. With this project being design build, we're not putting out a set of plans at bid time. We don't know what the quantities are. We don't know what the locations are. And so that makes it a little more difficult for you as a subcontractor, as a DBE, in the way you negotiate with the prime. And it's also difficult for the prime because once we get to an awarded contract, that prime contractor, the builder, still isn't going to have a set of plans known. They'll have portions of it, maybe the foundation work, maybe the drainage work, but chances are the superstructure work and so forth is not going to be known. So it seems only fair that we divide PN 13 up a little bit. And so we're now calling it proposal note 14. And it's, like I said, it's divided into 2 parts. The first part replicates 13 in the fact that we asked the prime contractor, the design build team, to submit the known DBEs at the bid time. So they're going to give us the names, work descriptions, the project role, of each DBE, whether it's a subcontractor, subconsultant, manufacturer. They're also going to give us the dollar amount. Part two, that's a little bit different. This is once we're off and rolling, the project's going on, we ask the design build team to submit a DBE outreach plan. They're to do that within 10 days of contract award. But what this outreach plan will detail to us as a department is the work availability, the anticipated yearly DBE utilization, the reporting of DBE goal attainment, the plan for prompt payment, affirmative action, equal opportunity, contract knowledge, and so forth. They're going to be giving us this in the utilization, or I'm sorry, in the outreach plan. But what's important for you to know as a DBE is there are opportunities for work after contract award. That becomes a little more difficult in a traditional design bid build project, but the fact that this is design build, there will be opportunities for you to still get work after contract award throughout this outreach plan. So just some high level notes that we all want you to be aware of moving forward with this project from the department's point of view. So with that, thank you for your time this morning, and I'll hand it back over to Tom.
Okay, thank you, Chase. The next section is talking about the diversity, inclusion, or division of opportunity, diversity, inclusion, and I believe Lynette is going to speak on that.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Can you, yeah, I have my audio off. I mean, my mute off. Lynn Stevens here. I'm a regional outreach manager with ODOT, and just have a couple slides here for the presentation. I just wanted to go do a review, go over our ODI division, opportunity, diversity, and inclusion. We're a relatively new division at ODOT, being established in 2015, and we have 4 offices in our division. We're led by Lauren Purdy. She was our first deputy director for the division. So we have 4 offices: Office of Access and Equity, led by Kim Watson, and they handled Title VI issues, ADA issues as relates to ODOT employees, and sometimes employees of contractors on ODOT projects. We have the Office of Business and Economic Opportunity, led by Deborah Green, and they handle DBE certification, SBE, all the program reporting requirements to FHWA. They handle the DBE and EDGE goals and setting those goals for the projects and monitoring the attainment of those goals. Supportive services, just funding available to DBEs on a yearly basis, up to $7,000 to support you in your endeavors to do business with ODOT. And then on the job training program is under our Office of Business and Economic Opportunity. We have the Office of Civil Rights Compliance, led by Katie LaPlace, and they do all things related to monitoring, enforcing compliance of contractors and civil rights law on ODOT projects. And then finally, we have our Office of Outreach, also led by Deborah Green. And that's where myself and we have 2 other outreach managers, Lisa Washington in Northwest Ohio, Jalita Stoltz in Southwest Ohio. We are in the Office of Outreach, so we hold all kind of events, mostly virtual, of course, since COVID, and meet with businesses as needed as they try to do, or in their pursuit to do business with ODOT. So we're a liaison for all things related to doing business with ODOT. So feel free to reach out to us at any time. We can help direct you, answer questions. We'd be happy to help. Okay, next slide, please. And I just wanted to go over the DBE Matchmaker format, which you all have probably received your appointments and schedules. And so ODOT, we sent out an email to the DBEs asking who wanted to participate in the Matchmakers. So with that list, we created appointments for the DBTs in 15-minute increments, so that DBEs will be able to meet one-on-one to explain their services and see if there's some kind of partnership that could be formed on the Beltway project. So everyone has each other's contact information so they could reach out And if they needed to change the appointment time, that's totally fine. We just wanted to ask if all the meetings could take place by this Friday, December 18th. So as Tom's timeline outlined, most of this week, meetings will be taking place. And after the meetings end on December 18th, I'll be sending out a Matchmaker survey to the DBTs and DBEs, just confirming that they had their appointment. And it'll be very short and sweet. Just, yes, I have my appointment, so that we can make sure that the DBTs met the Matchmaker requirement. And please return those surveys by December 23rd, if you'd be so kind. That's it. If you have any problems with your appointments, feel free to reach out to me or Tom. But so far we haven't heard back, so hopefully everything's going smoothly. All right, and there's my contact information, and Tom's contact information. Take it back over, Tom.
Thanks. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. At this point in time, we can open it up to some questions. Most of you have been muted, so you'll probably have to unmute yourself if you need to, if you'd like to say anything. I guess we must have done a really good job. Nobody has any questions.
What's the duration of this project?
Excuse me, can you repeat that?
The duration of the project.
Duration. This project is scheduled to be completed in 2025. It's about a 4-year project.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Just like Lynette said, all the potential DBE firms will be meeting with our shortlisted offers in the next few days. Just be sure to respond to the questionnaire she's going to send out on Friday so that we can ensure that the meetings were held.
Is there somewhere we can see the specs for the work?
The project, if you go onto our ODOT website, you will be able to look it up. It's project number 21-3000. You can find it on our ODOT website. Let's see here if I can show you real quick.
Hey, Tom, I just went ahead and put the link into the chat session.
Oh, okay.
But yes, you're on the right location.
Yeah, I just pulled up our ODOT construction contract information of sold projects. You're probably the easiest thing. I mean, you can go to this bidding documents, and for this link, you have to type in the project number, which is 21-3000, and then you'll get all the bidding documents there. Or if you, this is another nice thing, you can get a bid documents listing, and this will give you a list of all the projects that are pretty much out to bid currently. This project is number 2 on the list, and you can get to proposals and addendas right here from that list.
Thank you.
Lynette, the contact information for Nakia Biller or Clarence Williams, the email that was provided, kicked back, is not available.
Okay, we make note. Thank you. So if you can't reach them, then alrighty, no problem. We'll take them out of the requirement, but I'll also follow up. I think I got a response, so that's interesting. Okay, and I can follow up then the Nakia and the Clarence. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
I can try again today, but that was our response last week.
Oh, sure. No problem. Absolutely. Okay. And then I'll
Okay, I
just,
think Keith Rogers raised his hand.
Yes, Ms. Stevens, I've yet to receive a invitation from, I believe the third team, Kokosing. Is that on the schedule?
yes, and your email, all three of yours was in one email, so you didn't see Kokosing in your list, but okay,
No.
I'll resend it. Okay, thank you. Sorry about that. You've received contact from the other two teams?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that. Thank you. I'll follow up today here after our webinar ends.
Yeah, Keith, this is Jim Elkert from Kokosing. I'll be in contact with you. No worries.
Okay, thanks, Jim.
All right, sure thing.
Thanks, Jim. Thanks.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions? Okay, I think we can end the meeting. Thank you, everybody, for attending, and we hope to have a really successful project here and in the near future. We'll everybody be in touch with you, and good luck on all your meetings this week.
Yes, good luck. Thank you.
I'm going to stop the recording.
Thank you.
Thank you.